All right, let's get the stuff out. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Come today to do some free live readings. Been having some wonderful chats during these free live reading sessions. It's been fantastic. Love it. Interesting questions, interesting conversations, interesting ideas. Love it, love it, love it. The Kalash. I think I'll start today with a collective reading. Little short collective reading to start the day. So let's start that. Let's move these all across. It's not in my way. All right. Let's put it on it. Collective reading. Collective. May this reading be for the highest collective, highest good of the collective. Hello! May you receive the information you need and may you be open to receiving it. I'm doing free live readings. At the moment, I'm just doing one quick collective reading. But please feel free to comment if you would like a reading so I can come to you. Collective. Collective. All right, so let's see what the collective message is today. Ooh, nice. The King of Clubs. The King of Clubs is a message around personal growth. That's what the clubs mean to me. And the King is a message of inner wisdom. So what does it tell me? It tells me personal growth. It tells me that there's been some growth going on within you, that you are more confident in your intuition, because the king is somebody that is very wise. It's somebody that has lived many lifetimes, and through the living of many lifetimes, you've learned a lot of information. So this lifetime is to be able to share that information. And this is showing me that you're getting to the point of being able to show what you've learned here, because it's personal growth, and personal growth is about how you have grown. And around the king is around how you have grown, around being able to share your vulnerability in essence, because the king doesn't generally share because it feels worried about how it's perceived, how people will view you, whether they believe you. Because the king it has a different way. The king and the three for me are a bit similar. They're people that are a bit different. And the difference is that there's like a creativity, an understanding within you that is different to a lot of people around you. So the king tends to not want to share its authentic self, share its wisdom, because the people around it might not understand it or think, "Ooh, you're a bit weird, aren't you? What's that about?" Or "You're really deep for people." So you haven't been the most open in sharing your understanding, sharing your insights, sharing your wisdom, sharing your knowledge. You haven't been the most open, but this shows me that you have taken a step. It has 4 clubs on it as well. That you have taken a step to be able to be more sharing with your knowledge and vulnerability, and that there's likely to be this moment that you're not very confident in your decision to share, because that is the 4. The king is like, in high vibration it's to share, in low vibration it's hiding. So the 4 is that you've taken an action, but if you take an action and but you're not necessarily trusting in the action that was taken. It's like, I did it, but maybe I was a bit too rash. Maybe I should have waited a little bit. Maybe it wasn't the right time. Maybe loads of maybes. And this is saying it was the right time. You have moved towards a different part of your life. Your life will not look the same after you moving towards this, continuing on this journey of you taking the action, trusting in the action, and keep moving towards your ability to share. Then, I mean, the world is your oyster, really, with the king, because it's the king. Things come to the king. Yeah, this is a lot of growth. It's a lot of growth, and it's like a well done as well, because most of the time we can be inspired by something, because the king is inspired, but it's not necessarily that we're able to take the action because we go into hiding. But this is showing me that you are reducing the hiding and you're putting more effort into the showing yourself. So well done, well done, well done. Right. Joanne, I will come to you, Joanne. Thank you very much. Hello, Joanne. Where are you from, Joanne? Where are you from? I'm from the UK. I live in Spain, guys. I live in Spain. Sunny, sunny Spain. It's very sunny today. It's always sunny. Right, Joanne. I'm with you, Joanne. Let me drink a little bit of water to wash off the collective reading. Are you still there, Joanne? Are you still there? You're from England. Nice. I'm from London. I'm sure you can hear that already, though. Hey, Sarah. How you doing? Joanne. Joanne. Whoa. Joanne, I've got this little story going on for you. It's an interesting story. It feels like you're from Sunderland. Okay. Sunderland. Sunderland's up, I think. It's up, isn't it? I think so. Joanne, I feel like there's an anxiety that you're feeling. Hey, Gigi, I feel like there's an anxiety that you're feeling. The bottom of my face is feeling numb. And that generally for me is a feeling of anxiety, for somebody else anyway. And then this picture on the wall caught my eye. And this picture is like, it's an it's an abstract picture. It's a nothingness. It's whatever comes through it is what it is. And at this moment, what's coming through it, the part of the painting, it's got blue, green, orange, red on the painting, but the green part is really showing out to me. And it's like an arrow. It's like that, the part that I'm seeing. It's like it's pointing to somewhere. And because it's green, and then I'm feeling this anxiety, it's like created this story. And I'll share the story and you can let me know if it makes sense. But the story is, I feel that you feel vulnerable and you're worried about opening your heart to somebody. I feel like there's somebody that's in your life at the moment that is maybe a new person, maybe it's not a new person. It doesn't really matter, but the way that you feel is kind of new. It's like you're worried about opening your heart to this person, but like I said, it is an arrow, so I feel like you've moved towards that already. Your heart is already open, but it's like there's fears about being hurt around it. And it's like the arrow feels so sure and so confident. It's like trust in what you feel and let past worries or experiences of relationships that you have had before not dictate where you're walking towards. Feels very much like a 9. Let's see what cards come out. May this reading, Joanne, be for the highest good of Joanne. Joanne, may you receive the information you need, Joanne, and may you be open to receiving it. All right, Joanne. All right. It's interesting because it's green. Isn't it? It's green. It's green. All right. This is a really interesting message because it so supports what I've just seen. You've not said anything to know if it actually resonates with you, but this is supporting what I've... Or Jodie. Do you prefer Jodie? It doesn't make a difference to me. It's a name. I'm not connected to your name. I'm not attached to your name. Your energy, though, is what I'm feeling. So the name doesn't make a difference to me. But if you prefer Jodie, I'll call you Jodie because it doesn't make a difference. All right, so you tell me what you want me to call you. So at the moment, I'll call you Joanne. If you want Jodie, then tell me Jodie and I'll call you Jodie. So the 6 of Spades is a message from Spirit. The spades for me are from Spirit. And the 6 is a message of planting seeds. It's also a 10. It's got 10 spades on the card. I'm going to come back to the 10, but I wanted to point it out while I'm seeing it. So the 6 is all about, I think of the 6, it's like each number for me, I have a very clear way of understanding it for myself so that it makes sense to me. So the 6 for me is like a pole. You have negative end of the pole, you have positive end of the pole. So the positive part of the pole, let's say it's around, your mum used to call you Jodie. All right. So I'm going to use relationships because I noticed green in the painting, despite all the other colours in the painting. And now we have a green joker. So I'm going to use relationships because the green for me is about your heart chakra and about how willing you are to open your heart chakra. So let's use relationships as an example. So the 6 could be, I really love love. I really love beautiful relationships. I really love it when people treat me with respect and they're loyal and kind. I really love beautiful people. I really love it when you can have conversations that flow and they're just so expansive. And I really love to feel loved. And I really love to love. I really love it when whatever, it just feels good. As you're talking, it feels good to you. Or we can go from here, and I'm going to use the 10 for this side for you. So the negatives that are likely to come for you would be, I don't like liars. I don't like cheats. I don't want somebody that hurts me. I don't want somebody that lies to me. I don't want somebody that can't be loyal or committed to me. And I don't want people to be rude to me or angry with me, or I don't like people that are like this or like that. And it all feels very, it feels more and more stifling with each I don't want, I don't like, or it pulls you down lower and lower and lower in energy. So the 6 is going to be something like that, because the 10s is, but what if this happens? So what if they don't like me? What if they hurt me? What if they let me down? What if... What if, and a lot of what ifs. So the 6 is all about the expansion though. 6 is about planting the seeds and nurturing the seeds to grow. But I feel like what's happening with you is there's a lot of control around your heart and being vulnerable. And you've protected it for such a long time that you have a lot of the what ifs in negative around relationships. Yes, love, loyalty. Yeah, so there's a lot of negatives that you have sat with for a while around relationships because of where you've been before. Going back to the 9, because I do feel the painting for me is the 9. The feeling that I got from it's a 9. So this is, and it's interesting because you've got 10. The Jack for me is a number 1. The Joker, sorry, is a number 1. I've got 6 ones. So the Joker is a number 1. The 10 is a number 1 because 10 plus 0 is 1. And then we've got 9. So this is like you have 9, 1, 1. So there is this movement that's happening within you. And it is a movement that is asking you to put some energy and focus into how you're viewing relationships. Because where you're coming from, you wouldn't have been nurturing the relationships. There would have been a lot of control. If somebody made you feel insecure in any way, the control in you would have taken over. You'd push them away. You'd go into your own little space and you'd withdraw. But what this is asking you to do is to not necessarily not withdraw, but be aware, more aware of who you're putting yourself around, how much time you would actually want to spend with this person. Because sometimes we have old relationships and they no longer serve us, which is like a 9. If you think of a tree, an autumn tree, it needs to drop its leaves. And that's like us. When we get to a 9, there's certain things we have to let go of, certain ideas, certain emotions. And that's what you're experiencing at this moment of having to let go of certain things that are not serving you anymore. They don't necessarily feel good to you anymore. And parts of you will still want to walk towards these things because that's your habit. That's what you're used to doing. It's what you're used to feeling. It's what you're used to thinking. But what you're being asked to do is to stop walking towards these things that no longer serve you and to plant the seeds of expansion, plant the seeds of no limitations, of what's the word, infinite. It's not infinite, it is infinite, but that's not the word that I want. It doesn't matter. So yeah, this is like you have, let's say you see somebody in a club and you're like, oh, that guy, that person's really nice. I don't want to assume he's a guy. That person's really nice. And yeah, I'd like to talk to them, but then the fear of, because of the 10, fear of rejection or fear of failure keep coming up within you, so you don't do anything. But the rejection is not because you're not good enough. The rejection isn't because you're not pretty enough, clever enough, whatever enough. It has nothing to do with you. When you're rejected, it's to do with the person, not to do with you. You are always enough, and it's just that person was not the right person for you. But go after what you want. Trust in what you're building, what you're creating, and nurture it. So you want a beautiful relationship. Trust that you can have that. I love love. I love beautiful relationships. I love having beautiful conversations and just feeling overwhelmed with love. Yeah, because like I said, you're coming from a place that you have been quite in control over your emotions, over being vulnerable. And this is just the moment that you're moving out of that, because there is a 9 and there's 2 1s. So there is definitely a new cycle that is being created for you. This isn't going to be extremely comfortable for you because you're so used to thinking in a certain way. There's a lot of habits around the way you think and feel. And this is just the process of starting to make that change. This is bringing you to beautiful relationships. It's bringing you to expansive relationships that you're able to be open, honest, without being controlling, and being able to build and nurture what it is that you're wanting, not what you're not wanting. Like I said, that I don't want, or what if they leave me? What if they cheat on me? What if, rather than I love when I have beautiful relationships, because you have somebody in your life, at least within your life, in your lifetime, that has treated you well, whoever that person is, or if you've got more than one, even better. But use them. If you don't have anybody at the moment, use the people that you have had that have really helped you to feel really good and loved. Use that and keep working from that place, so you keep nurturing your ability to open yourself up and to keep walking towards nurturing your seeds. Hope that helps, Joanne. It's very nice, yeah? It's just your own your old habits. That's what the shift is being created for, to shift into new habits. Let go of the what ifs. When you start hearing what if, change the what if from negative to a what if in positive. Because it's very easy to get caught up. What if it goes wrong? And what if they reject me? And what if they don't like me? And what if I get hurt? And what if my heart gets broken? And what if... And what it can go on forever. But the same way it can go on forever in negatives, it can go on forever in positives. It can just go on forever. It's just, how does it feel better to you to go on in negatives or positives? And negatives never feel good. Yeah, hope that helped. Hope it makes sense. Very nice. It's very direct, yeah? Very direct. And because you mentioned your mum within the reading, used to call you Jodie. So I'm taking it that your mum has passed. And the fact that you mentioned her within it, and the message is, it was really direct. I feel like she was very direct and is really helping you through this stage. We generally do get a lot of help between 9 and 1, them numbers. We do get a lot of help, because that's when we're changing and we need the help. We're not very patient with ourselves as we go through changes, and yeah, spirit like to be around. Well, they're always around, but they show themselves more at these moments. You're very welcome, Joanne. All right. If you could please like, share, subscribe, is very much appreciated. If you would like a reading, please comment so I know that you're there. Ohio. Welcome, Gigi from Ohio. Who else is here? Where are you from? If you would like a reading, please comment so that I can see that you would like a reading and I can come to you. My name is Bridgitte. I haven't not even introduced myself. My name is Bridgitte. Like I said, I'm from the UK, from London. I live in Spain at the moment. For a while, I've been living here. The general way I read is using standard deck of cards. Oh, funny, that's 2 10s. That's the third time we're seeing 10. Standard deck of cards. It's not just you here, but like, people don't want to comment to have a reading. I also use the Show Me cards, which are based on energy animals. And I also use a calabash full of messages, names, songs, quotes, and energy animals that are not here. And that sound is some chimes and some stones at the bottom of the calabash that I use. Let's get a couple of calabash messages for you, Joanne. Let me use my other hand so I don't damage my finger again. May this reading be for the highest good of Joanne. May you receive the information you need. May you be open to receiving it. All right. You too, Gigi. Today's holiday here, actually, in Spain. We've got the Dia de, in English, Immaculate Conception. Immaculate Conception. I don't really understand how it's the Immaculate Conception. It doesn't really make sense to me. Because how do you have an Immaculate Conception on the... What day is it today? The 5th of December. 6th of December. And then what? 19 days later, Jesus is born. That is not just an immaculate conception. It's like one super duper pregnancy that happened as well, wasn't it? All right, Joanne, I've pulled these little ones for you. We spoke about your mum. This is a grandmother figure. It says the name Ruth. It doesn't mean that your grandmother was called Ruth, but for me, I have certain names, have certain key messages that you've been told. I don't know what you were told. Certain key messages. So Ruth for me is a grandmother figure. I don't know what I said for that comment, Joanne. I'm not sure what I said. Yeah. We have the humpback whale. Reach for your dreams. Reach for your dreams. Wow. And then we've got the arrow from the painting that I saw, which is moving in a direction now. It's definitely reaching. Oh, look at this. This is so nice. So nice. It says hazmat. Hazmat for me means divine protection. You are divinely protected. Whoa. We have the koala bear under pressure. And we have the last one. Socrates, it's a quote. The secret of change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new. And it's so interesting because that's what your message was about. The card part, the painting part, not on fighting the old, but moving into the new. And you also have it here. You've got the grandmother figure, and underneath it is divinely protected. So that's sorted. You've got the love is around you. Then you have reach for your dreams and then under pressure. I feel the reach for your dreams is exactly what I was saying with the planting the seeds and moving in the direction and being open with your heart. Under pressure is what I feel you could be giving to yourself. Hey, Janice. Because when we're going through these changes, like I said, for me, you're coming from a 9 and you're moving to a 1. The 9 is a very emotional place. The 1 is a very mental place. We can become very overwhelmed mentally. A lot of thoughts. The 9 is the emotional place. A lot of emotions coming up. So when they get put together, we get into this kind of place of overwhelm. And as we go into the 1, we don't quite connect to the 9 anymore, the emotions of where we're coming from. But we're not who we're becoming either. Well, we are who we're becoming, but we're not fully immersed as that person. So there's a process to get to become, no? And you are kind of not in either of these places. So there's this middle ground. I call it the in-between when I'm experiencing it. It is an in-between. It feels in between. It's very uncomfortable because you don't know where you're going, but you don't feel comfortable with where you've been. So it's kind of like this place that you don't really fit in. You're not thinking like the people in front of you, but you're not thinking like the people behind you. It's just this really odd place of, for me, I think of it as being in the cocoon, and you are in this place of processing. You've had a lot from the previous cycle to get to the 9. You had to get from a 1 to the 9. So you had a lot of experience in that previous spiral. And then through that spiral, you are, now, that was the absorbing everything that you needed to. Now you're in the part of the cocoon where you're processing. Once you finish processing and you come out of that, then you're able to be in that 1 and you'll be comfortable in the 1 because you've finished the processing. You have more understanding of where you are, who you're becoming. But it's giving yourself that space, patience with self, the allowance to change, the surrender of change, and letting go of what has been. Is putting yourself in that space so you're not giving yourself that pressure, because the pressure for me, I feel, it is you. The overthinking, the koala, it sleeps a lot, but when it comes out, I always think of it as somebody that isn't sleeping very often. And one of the things that I started with was my face was numb, no? So yeah, it kind of all fits together. And then you've got Socrates that's saying the secret of change is to focus all of your energy on the, not on fighting the old, but on building the new. So it's about you having this patience with yourself to build the new, knowing that you are divinely protected, knowing that you have love all around you. You're being hugged and kissed and held hands, and it's all for you. And it's all moving you towards your dreams. It's all moving you towards your dreams. The only thing that will get in your way is this under pressure, how you're talking to yourself. And whether you're willing to open yourself up or whether you keep yourself closed. At some point, it will always happen. It will always happen. We can just delay it sometimes, but that doesn't mean it's wrong to delay it. It just means that there's something that you feel you need, and there's another tool that you need in your box to be able to overcome this. It's not like there's a wrong or right, or there's a right time to do it or a wrong time to do it. It's just the guidance that's been offered to you. So I hope that makes sense. You're getting a new boiler fitted, a lot of noise in your house. Okay. Okay. This is not about your boiler though. It could be, it's not that it's not about it, but it's about you. So you're getting a new boiler fitted in your house and there's a lot of noise in your house. That means that you could be noisy in your mind as well. Why is all this noise and there's too much noise? So you're not finding space. But this is all about kind of connecting to that loving grandmother energy, connecting to the protection that you have all around you, and connecting to the good things, what feels amazing in your life. You're getting your boiler fixed, so having hot water, having, especially in England, having heating, because that's what happens when you get your boiler fixed. No, you have hot water and heating. So there's a lot of gratitude that could be connected to here. Or there could be, but I don't have hot water and I don't have this and I don't have that, and I've had to do with it without it for however many days. That's looking backwards, not forwards. Are you getting it? There's a lot of looking backwards rather than forwards. And this is, like I said at the beginning, it's like an autumn tree that's losing its leaves and learning how to let go of things that are behind you, that you do not need to carry forward with you. Very nice. The messages are so firm for you. They've been delivered in such an interesting way for you, Joanne. And reach for your dreams. Yeah. I feel like for you, Joanne, in a short time, maybe, I don't know, in a short time, within a year, I feel like your world will not look like your world. I feel like it's going to look like a completely different world to you. And that's simply because of you taking actions on you of how you feel, how you think, and where you've worked from, and the habits of how you think and feel. And you've done the work in a year's time to be able to help yourself with how you express yourself or how you think. I feel that you're going to be a completely different person. Very, very different. You're learning a lot at the moment. Sometimes when we're in the process of learning, we don't even know that we're in that process of learning, or what we're learning. But in hindsight, it all becomes clear, and it will become clear for you. Janice, how you doing? How are you today? It's definitely a good time to get your boiler fixed as well, isn't it? Or boiler fitted. Definitely a good time coming up to Christmas. It must be freezing. Is anybody else there that would like a reading? You're going on a cruise. Nice. Nice. On a cruise. Joanne, you don't feel like you're with someone. Do you have a partner already? I'm here to do free live readings. If you would like a reading, please comment and let me know that you would like a reading so I can come to you. Where is your cruise, Joanne? Where are you going? No, he left. Okay. He leaving was the 8th. Was there... I feel like there's an 8 around you with this person that you broke up. For me, it was like divinely happened. It might not feel like that. But it does feel like that for me. It feels like there's an 8 around this particular person that is not in your life anymore. So maybe you were together 8 years, 8 months. You broke up on the 8th. I don't know. There's an 8 around you that got you to the 9. It does feel really divine, because it's like the 8 is a manifestation that comes. And many times when we when we have a manifestation, we want the manifestation to come in the way that we want it to. So it just feels good. That's it. But there's lots of times that something needs to come out for something new to come in. And many times within a relationship, it could be that there's a breakup. And the breakup happens because the person that you're with is not able to give you what you are wanting for your manifestation. So that person gets taken out of your life for the person that is able to bring you the relationship that you're looking for. And many times, most people will see that, but I don't want to break up with them. I want them. Why did they leave? Why have they broken up with me? What's wrong with me? And feel that it's the worst thing ever. But it's like it's happening to be able to bring you the best things ever. Yeah. All right, so is there anybody else that would like a reading? Otherwise, I will be off. If you would like a reading, though, I will stay here because I do have a little bit more time. If you would like a reading, let me know so I can come to you. Joanne, if you feel that this reading resonated with you and you could take a moment, link to my website is in pinned comments. If you could please leave a review, that would be really appreciated. It's not obligatory to do that, but if you feel like it's something you could do, it is much appreciated. All right, so there's no comments for any reading, so I will be off. I'll be back on Monday. I come on Monday, Wednesdays and Fridays to do the free live readings. And then I come on, no, I don't come on. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I post pick a card readings. So keep an eye out for them. If you subscribe, then you'll receive notifications to know when I've posted when I've uploaded new videos. And everybody have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful weekend. And take care of yourselves. Bye.